Okay, let's do it. Let's flip the house. I don't know what we're gonna find in here when we open the door. Wait, what? There is no way I'm doing that. Have you seen the size of those cockroaches? House Flipper is a relaxing, realistic indie building simulator with a focus on renovating and selling properties for profit. That's right. Now you get all the excitement of an HGTV reno show with the added benefit of being able to do all the time-consuming hard labour and chores yourself. You can collect rubbish, mop up dirt, and clean the windows. All of the things you would usually avoid doing in real life for as long as possible, you now get to pay money to do on your computer as well. Of course, you can also do all the usual home renovation things you would expect. Painting, tiling, flooring, demolition, building and electrical work. You can even plumb a toilet, because let's face it, who wouldn't want to do that? Although fun at first, all of these things are fairly unintuitive and basically boil down to a point and click or point and hold type interaction. The game starts out by giving you a tiny shack of an office that you can update as you wish. You also get a laptop from which to receive emails from customers that give you mission type jobs that will give you a varying cash payout upon completion depending on how many tasks you completed during the reno. The missions are fairly easy to do, with most of the requirements needing to be met being shown on the minimap in red. These job missions allow you to unlock new renovation skills, which segues nicely into the next topic: perks. I feel that in an effort to give the game an added layer of depth and progression, the developers decided to implement perks. These are extremely simplified, and in some cases do as little as give you a bigger hammer that lets you knock down more than one part of a wall at a time. A lot of the perks are like this, leaving the whole system feeling a little stretched. Some other perk bonuses include using less paint when painting, being able to paint more than one wall at once, which is a huge time saver, and being able to screw faster when mounting things like radiators. Basically, the perks make each task a little less time consuming, but do nothing to stop it becoming irritatingly repetitive. I like the idea that as you progress in your renovating career, you can afford bigger and better equipment, as well as learn how to better conserve your resources. I just feel that the way in which it was added felt a bit lazy. After completing a few of these job missions, you'll have saved up enough money to enable you to buy your first house to flip. Where the job missions are very specific and tell you what you need to complete to do well, the house flips give you free rein to express your creative vision, albeit with a rather limited set of tools when it comes to furniture and fittings. There are a few to choose from, but soon enough the houses will all start to feel the same, as there is not enough variety in the decor. Still, it is a very fun way to while away time, and I quickly became lost in the many issues of kitchen and bathroom layouts. Seriously, getting that fridge to fit isn't always as easy as you'd think. Throughout the game I found a few, well, not so much bugs, but rather clunky control issues. For example, early in the game you are tasked with repairing some electrical sockets in one particular house. One of these sockets is located behind a bed, and being the lazy gamer that most of us are, I moved around till I could activate the socket without moving the bed. This worked, and I set about fixing all the wiring, only to be left stumped when I couldn't screw things back in. I thought this was a bug of some sort, and tried reloading the game a few times to fix it. Nothing worked, and so I took to Google for an answer. Sure enough, it turns out that you do need to move the bed to be able to screw the screws back in, which is really very strange. If you can do the rest of the work without moving the bed, then why can't you screw it back in? A silly thing to be sure, but the lack of any prompts or messages, combined with being able to do 90% of the wiring with no issue, left me, and according to Google, a lot of other people confused. Now, from everything I've said, you may think that I hated the game. Clunky controls, a lack of fixtures and furnishings, and repetitive gameplay should be enough for me to simply say no thanks and move on to the next one. But for all its shortcomings, I have to admit that I truly do enjoy this game. It has a certain charm that draws you back into it time and time again, which these days is not something you usually find. I found the whole process of flipping a house very relaxing, and when combined with the game's beautifully smooth background music, it becomes the perfect way to relax and unwind for a few hours in the evening. Overall, I would say that if you are like me and have watched more episodes of Property Brothers and Grand Designs than you would like to admit, and can stand the somewhat clunky and inefficient controls, then this game is definitely worth checking out, if only for the novelty. So, what do you guys think of the game? Do you agree with me, or do you think I'm just talking rubbish? Let me know in the comments below. For now, that's all from me, so until next time, be safe, take care, and happy gaming.